Let's hope my mic is not doing that weird annoying ass sound again. Alright. Let's set my stream up. And yes, I think I'm live. At least I hope so. Anyway, I really hope my mic isn't too quiet. If so, notify me. Or I will probably notice after I ended the stream. I think it's probably good, but sometimes my mic likes to do annoying sounds like brrr. That's annoying. What is this?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Oh, this guy was a hunter? Oh yeah, I remember from earlier.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
Whoa!
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
I'm sorry, I kinda got scared. What? Do I need to shoot a photo?
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
Where is this person? There?
Not quite.
Not quite. What? Oh!
What?
Sorry, I'm just dumb.
Perfect.
I guess that's
It's gonna
good.
rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
So I need to search this person. Oh.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
Ah, that's
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful.
Great.
The camera's older than you are.
oh yeah. I have tech in my room that's probably more than double my age. I should do. Oh,
You're
that'd
right,
be
Dad.
great.
It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
A stream about what?
Not have drunk all that coffee.
Ah,
Hey!
that's a perfect photo.
That's a keeper.
Oh,
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy
hunting
who
looks
died.
like a great
Dawn,
job to me.
I'm being
honestly.
serious.
I know,
Some
Dad.
people
You're
don't
always
like it
serious.
because it's shooting
Doesn't
animals
being out
and
here make you want to
fishing
chill out?
and all that
To
stuff.
tell
but
you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20
It's
years.
quite interesting as a job. If at that time I would still be doing YouTube, my
Last time I
channel
was
will
with my
probably be
brother Calvin.
orientated around my job.
That was a great... Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
What do I need to photograph? Oh,
Your
look
grandpa
at this
Sven taught
beautiful
us how to
fish.
How to build a fire.
My dad's a fisher.
We found an old logging trail.
Back in the day,
With deer
he
everywhere.
used to catch carp and stuff. He would
I
be
bet if I could
gone
remember
for
where that trail was, we'd
weeks,
spot a buck for you in no time.
and he would come back, and he would have photos and all that stuff, or I would
Give me a
visit
minute
him.
to check the map.
Check the map. Oh, such an interesting photo.
Let's see.
The biggest catch my
Dad,
Good
what?
eyes, Dawn.
The
Before you
biggest
take the
catch
shot,
my
let me get a
dad
picture.
ever catch.
Dad, I...
It was
Breathe.
a
Turn off your
carp.
imagination.
I
Focus
don't
on
know if that's the name for it in English, but I hope so. It was a carp. It was 22 kilos. I don't know how it is in pounds. I need to take a photo of her. Yeah, perfect.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn,
I should play Before Your Eyes. I have heard.
if you want to survive.
My friends told me it's a really interesting game.
Great shot, Dawn!
What? Ah. She's sad. Why?
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
What did you... Oh. What? Sorry, I didn't notice. Why did they do it then?
Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Alright, I set the timer. Oh. Oh, I need to run up there. Come on. I can do this. No. Yes.
Dad, it's
Yeah.
twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
No.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Dude, that's so sad.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
In middle school, I also had a teacher, and he was a hunter too. He would always like have his dog around him, and he was basically, he used his dog for hunting and stuff. And a friend of mine told that in the biology class, all the animals that were like this, all the animals that were like stuffed like that, were hunted by him. And that was pretty interesting, because there was some really, like, you know,
Instead of hiding
animals you
from
don't
death,
see every day.
Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Oh, he was a soldier. All my respect goes to him. Oh, I guess I can go through there. I actually have some money to buy Before Your Eyes. I could do it, but I don't know, because I think it's a VR game. So I don't know if I can play it.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh, Gregory. I really wonder if the dad actually died there, and if so, that would be traumatizing for that child. Seeing your own dad die in front of your eyes, just in an instant. You know, you talk to him every day, every single day you see him, you wake up and you know, talk to him, tell him that he is a great dad, and then just in mere seconds, he's just gone. It would be weird to, like,
My mom moved
get
up to the
used to
loft
that.
after her brothers died.
Even though I don't really talk a lot to my dad.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
I can't imagine what it was like for her to lose two
I had
sons
one of
after
these
she'd
things
already
back in
lost
the
two
day.
brothers.
Oh, that's so great.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Well, if they are religious, I really hope God saved them. Wait, did I miss something? I didn't, right? Did I miss this? Force control. Oh.
Dear Kay.
What?
Do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
I don't get it. Oh, what? It's weird when you're alone.
Let's hand over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Bathrooms over, it's time to...
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Oh, look at this.
I wonder what he saw.
Life does kind of feel like this when you're younger. When you're exploring everything and learning everything. Everything is still interesting.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
The text is reflecting. That's cool. I would like daydream like this in school when I went to boring class. I'm not joking. I would actually daydream because it was so boring. I would look at the clock or the teacher and I would just fade. Blank emotions, no emotion, just stare into the teacher's eyes, just directly into their soul. I remember really clearly because it was kind of embarrassing. I did that, and then my teacher was like talking to me. So I like was daydreaming, and then I like woke up, and yeah, it was really awkward.
Whatever it was, he saw.
Can I? Wait. I want to get you involved. The big guy. Come on.
It sure made him happy.
No, you're upside down. Yeah. What is even happening? I can use R1. Yeah. Oh! Yeah.
I know how silly it
Let's
sounds.
go.
That I worried about a baby being too happy.
And then you tell your parents, Mom, the things, they were moving by itself.
Wait.
Yeah, it's back to go to bed, sweetie.
Sorry about that,
Like-
Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Oh, I can still move. Jeez.
I wish you could have told us. About what we really saw.
It's fine.
There's so much I don't understand.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory.
About everything.
About everything. is so...
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
I don't know how to explain this game. It's sad but funny at the same time.
I'm sure he's happy.
I'm sure he's happy.
He'd want you to be happy too.
And it wants you to be happy too.
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam. Alright. I really wonder how this family would have lived. If these are the things like from back in the day, I really wonder what the standards of this family was. Like for a kid, like normal that stuff is floating around. Well, it's just imagination, but still. Do I go now? Oh, it's sealed shut. Duties. Can I go up here? Yes, I can. I wish I had one of these when I was younger. That's awesome.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
That's cool.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Yeah, he died because of hunting.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
The house needs to get a little bit bigger. Like, dude, this is an entire tower.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Things were
But it
good
didn't
almost.
last.
But it didn't last. Well, that's luck.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Every time you have a lot of fun with stuff, whatever it is, the only thing that doesn't make it fun, at least for me, it's the thought that it would end. But I guess you never really think about that until you actually get to that point and then miss it. Is that blood? Fun is kind of a perspective thing. Whoa, this is so cool. Imagine this was an actual drawing of like the artist that made the game. They just put it in here.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh. What? Wait, how did... Like, if you make this, you have my respect. This is insane. That's it.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Milton. He was a drawer. This game makes me feel like there's like history. Like beyond this game, there's history. It's hard to explain.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
What this game does really well is there's like no loading screens. I've at least noticed.
Whatever Milton had found
It's
in the house,
one
Mom didn't
continuous
want it getting
game.
out.
You just walk through it. That's sick. Not a lot of games do that. From my,
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Oh. I don't know what
After
that
he graduated,
was.
he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Everything is like sealed shut. It's like they're hiding something. It's like the mom knew something that the kids didn't. Let's get in here. Oh.
Lewis's room smelled very, very
I
familiar.
kind of understand why he was
That
in
part
his
of him
room
lived
now.
on.
For some really odd reason that is right in front of me, which I probably cannot say the name of. Fireweed Road.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis
fisherman.
first noticed the
Oh, wait.
monotony of his daily
Oh
life.
yeah. Whoa! Jesus!
He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself.
What?
In our sessions, I saw
Oh,
the same
no.
behavior. His mind began to
His mind began to...
wander.
What? Oh! What?
I asked him to describe it.
Oh. I am
He
not
said
really a
he started
multitasker.
small, imagining a labyrinth.
Oh. Is this a maze I need to
feels
solve
his way
while
about.
I'm doing this? Oh, that
Then something
ending.
moved.
Oh,
Bats
something moved. Bats?
and toads.
Whoa. What? It's a dead ending. Will this keep going? Oh, maybe. Okay.
And things that have not names.
That sound.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
I had hoped he'd find himself. Finding yourself.
But he found something more.
That's one thing to say.
I worried about him then.
The worst part about finding yourself is that there's a
Daydreaming at
part
the cannery.
about losing yourself.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Oh, new friend. A dog.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
What? It's like a king.
Then he made musicians.
Musician. What?
And songs for them to play.
I cannot even spell that. Musicians.
He talked about starting a band.
I'm sorry for any English.
And he was always
watching.
humming something. day his imagination grew stronger.
One day he held the key.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he
Everything
could
is,
do whatever he wished.
this is all imaginary.
He held an election for mayor.
But then if he had everything in his
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
it is like a game.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
You'd be in school acting like
You
someone
lose.
you're not, and then you'd get home and be yourself with your actual friends online.
St. Louis.
But
He
people see it
started
the
drifting
other way.
away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
You forgot to go home.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Oh,
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
handsome queen, beautiful prince. What? Beautiful prince.
beautiful prince.
That's probably a really, really big choice in the game that I just randomly thought of. So while I'm working, it's like the
The
voice
prince
of
was
my...
on his own quest for
No, I don't want... I want this.
radiant rainbows.
It's like the voice of my mother makes me wanna sail on further. Oh, I didn't go through. It's okay.
He followed the sound of his
Electric guitar, what the hell even this is.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace
He's
east of the
living
sun and west of the moon.
A life in his head which he never had.
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world
He's
was all
losing
in
the
his
real world, you can
imagination.
almost say. Because everything that's like, you know, surrounding me now is
But he was so
disappearing. First my
proud of
mom,
having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
now there's only my hand. Until I stop working entirely and just lose, you know, who I am.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
That's sad. Never knew success in the real world. And
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
so he just fully commits that he is somebody else. He's not even him.
He began to forget the world we know.
Can't forget the world we know.
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. began to
Slightly,
despise
but-
the man with a royal contempt.
I don't know, but why is this relatable? And I don't like that idea. Can you go up here or not?
I still thought I could save him.
Wait, is he gonna commit the unlifting?
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Wait. This. Whoa.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
So you're basically saying that he lost himself so much that he eventually
Including the
unlived,
wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
and then he would be happy. This is so sad.
His prince waiting, holding his crown.
Do keep in mind, this is all entirely into his imagination. So he is
There
just
was only
standing.
one thing left to do.
He is just standing on that, like, whatever it's called.
Then down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
So he was living. He forgot the real world. He was living so much in his
My brother was
imagination
really
that he
cool.
forgot
I wish
the
you could have met
actual
him.
world he lived in, until he eventually, quite literally, walked into his own ending.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
That's a PS1 and a Nintendo combined. But it looks kind of cool. School diploma. Cutscene?
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
After he died, they left.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
So,
I wish we'd stayed.
I wish we'd stayed in this house. But they left and this house
But I
never
understand why we left.
even got cleared. Everything is still there, like it
My
was
mom
when they
ended
left.
up leaving everything behind.
Yeah, that's what I just said. They left everything behind. Everything.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Maybe it should come soon. Yeah. Well,
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
the last night. So all that's left now is to tell me about the last night.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't
She
you go
know?
open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
That's so relatable that they send you out for something, and then they're gonna argue, and when you come back, you have not heard anything.
The
You have
power
not
had been
seen
shut
anything.
off that morning, but
But
Edie always had plenty of candles.
either one of your parents
When
are
my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other
tears.
entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
In that regard, you get something positive, but you still how do you say it? You still regret
thing you're
it.
afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if
What?
Edith and I leave tonight.
What did Grandma do?
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Everybody died because of the grandma?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Way out.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Oh, I'm gonna walk to it.
There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Jeez.
God, it smelled awful. You
Oh,
know,
tell me about
I've
it.
seen that house every day of my life.
I know how awful it smells when the sea is like.
But I never thought I'd go back
When it's
to
now
it.
low tide.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
I'm just gonna walk straight because I know the house is there. Oh, I get
got
it.
turned
You're gonna turn me
around.
What is this? But somehow I feel like they tricked me into thinking I was turned around, so I would turn around and be completely disoriented. But I will just listen to them. If I
I
lose that
started
bucket.
seeing things.
What the heck? Oh. So,
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
I'm here again. Things I've forgotten had ever existed. A bed.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
That's like some kind of really deep quote. Whatever Grandma just said.
Things I can't explain.
The
but
house.
that I need you to try.
Whoa.
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
And they left. So that's when she moved out.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After
So-
that, we moved around a lot.
Grandma just vanished. The house.
We both tried to make the best of it.
When she was born, a really low
A few
tide
years
happened,
went by.
and the old house and everything. I'm sorry if I
My
might
mom
be
didn't like to talk about it.
bad at like
but she started getting
understanding
sick a lot.
stuff. I have that.
She got better for a while,
Mom.
and then she didn't.
And then she didn't. That's my mom.
And then I was alone.
And then I was alone.
The last Finch left alive.
The last Finch left alive.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Am I Finch?
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
That is
appreciate
true.
how strange and brief all of this is.
Yeah. It's interesting.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
Well, I'm listening.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh. What is this?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
I'm getting goosebumps. There's a new house. Oh. Wait. So it's like an endless cycle of like curses. First, the first house, it happened like, you know, it gets like, you know, taken away by the ocean. Then the second house is cursed. And then the third house is my story. So that technically means I am the third generation. This game is so sad. But with some things... Wait, is this based on real people? Oh no, wait. In some ways this is relatable. Like the train scene. That was really like relatable. It was kind of sad almost. Whoa. See Joan's name in the ending credits. Okay, I just got a trophy. These people are really good at telling stories. I'll tell you that. These people are... So everyone was doomed from the start. They got doomed by their predecessors. It's like an endless loop. That now my, you know, story will, and that will end the exact same. And then I will move out, and then I'll get back, and then I'll tell someone else the story. And then they will be screwed. I really hope I get that right, because I have a tendency to completely get games wrong. And it would suck if that was the case with this. And for the one guy watching, salute to you. That you are even watching. I really hope my mic, it's not, no, it's not doing weird stuff. Neil Druckmann? I'm sorry I only saw Neil Druckmann's name, because the other people are awesome too, but I just noticed it because of The Last of Us. Talking about The Last of Us, I will play The Last of Us Remastered. I have the money to buy it. I'm not gonna pre-order it, but I am gonna upgrade it, because pre-ordering it costs 50 euros, but if the game comes out and then I upgrade it, it costs 10. I would much rather, you know, do the second part, because that's cheaper. And I like cheap things. I am Dutch, after all. The end. The replay a story option is now available. Select edit to play from the beginning. Okay. Yeah. But I did miss one story from Gus. Can I replay that story? Oh, I can. Oh, the dates all these people died. So, Eddie was the oldest, from first glance. And Lewis. Milton. He completely lost himself. And Odin. Odin is the first house. Why do I need to click it? Huh? I don't get that. Gus. I'm gonna do Gus. Even though I never did it. I just got a trophy again.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry.
Oh, it's this room. I got another trophy.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
I really love these type of games where they tell like stories and it's like kinda unclear until the end. And then you like unravel everything. Is there something
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife.
We don't need a stepmom. Well, these people are living off the stories from their past. If that even makes complete sense, which is probably doesn't. Oh, there's some more text.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
What the fuck? And he held up his middle finger, come on. He hates his dad or something.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
So smart. Just
rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Oh, all the people are gone. What the hell?
Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power.
I haven't even noticed that. Also, welcome for the second person joining the stream. Well, he just left. I wish that... Oh.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Jesus.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
That's also... Oh, I got another trophy. Everything ends. Finish all trophies. So there's 2 trophies for getting all of the chapters. I wonder if that'd be collectibles. Anyway, since I already did this, what is in the options? That. So I wonder if there's like collectibles and stuff. I will check that actually. So these are all trophies that are things I don't want to do. But oh wait, the longest living person is Edith because she is still alive by that. Kelvin wanted to fly. He did fly. He was only 11. Wait, how old are all these people? Like, basically kids. And the person that screamed, Barbara, the reason she could scream like that is because she was scared. But people didn't see that. Lewis the fisherman. And then Milton. Wait, they see Lewis and Milton as a separate... Oh no. Or do they? Because Lewis is the fisherman, but while you are Lewis, you see Milton. So they see Milton as a separate character. Or I'm just, you know... Walter. This really old person. And Eddie. The grandma. So the entire family died, except for Edith. And Edith tells you the story, and now there's a new family that's going to die. This game. It's weird. There must be like a chapter 2 or something. And this game is really short. But that's it. And the thing that sucks with streaming on my PlayStation is if I switch game, the stream will end. So I'm gonna switch game. I'm gonna play another game that's also really interesting. That game is called Outer Wilds. I really wonder. I have played Outer Wilds a little, but it's a long time ago. I completely forgot the game. So I will just look if I can restart the game and then play from the beginning again. But yeah, that was what remains of Edith, or what remains of Edith Finch. It's a really interesting game. I really wonder if there's like a chapter 2 where you play as the family that you see in the end, that has like the same, stuff, whatever. It's the same destiny. I think that's the word. Really interesting game, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna switch game, but I need to end the stream for that. So I'll see you in the next stream. I hope you enjoyed this game, watching this game at least. But if you don't know this game at all, and you see this screen, and you like just join or something, I would highly advise you either watch my first stream and then second, or watch another YouTuber which probably do a lot better commentary than me, but beyond that, or play the game yourself. If you have a PlayStation and you have PS Plus Extra, it's free to play. You can just play it, so you can do like that. Or it's like, I'm not even sure what this game costs. Probably about 20 euros or whatever your currency is, but about that. But yeah, see you in the next stream, literally in just a second.